Hello my fellow Trekkies and Forexers, and as you've seen from the title and what's currently on the screen, we are going to be reading the patch notes. It is the new patch notes 1.0.2. Let's see what they have for us. Hello everyone, as we venture into the eeriest night of the year, we are, I believe this was posted the eve of Halloween. We're bringing you another round of bug fixes. While we've made progress, a few quest blockers remain. Rest assured they are on our radar and we aim to address them in the coming week. Save and sinks. Fix save game corruption that would happen after winning certain types of war. So that has now been fixed twice, I believe, but hopefully they've got it fixed for sure this time. Iron Man mode no longer requires cloud saves. You can actually play Iron Man and therefore unlock achievements without an internet connection. Very good. That is something that probably should have been implemented before, but we'll take it now. Fixed advisors preferences. New games will now be remembered if player chooses not to have the advisor tips present in the previous game. That's just an okay fix, I think. I don't know if you should fix that personally. I quite like telling my advisor to shut up every game. Gameplay. Remove the war situation effect, lost contact that made fleet disappear. That happened all of the time to me in my previous game. Legitimately, I think it happened like 3 times in the same war. Like my fleet power just kept disappearing the entire battle, or the entire war, sorry. The controlled demilitarized zone for the Federation can now be completed. Game restarts required for this to be effective. I'm glad that some people who had that problem where they couldn't control the militarized zone don't have to restart their game. That's very good. So if you were playing a game and had that problem, go start up the game again. Unless it's meaning the game itself needs restarted. Yeah, it's not very clear. I think hopefully they just mean you can just start off from where you were with your save. Fixed highway visuals. Warp highways no longer point to the galactic core in certain situations, like fighting a Nausicaan fleet, but to their given directions. I've seen this happen a few times, like screenshots of this, so I'm glad they fixed that. The Borg crisis will no longer be impossible to complete if Picard dies before the official project appears. If you are playing as the UFP and don't have Picard when the official special project finishes, a new leader will now be created so that you can finish the rest of the crisis the same way as the other major powers. In case you didn't know, MAPOS means major powers, so very nice. All finished special projects relating to the Borg crisis will now be removed from the mission log upon completion. Very good. Corrected duplicated Riker character. Riker will no longer appear as a recruitable leader. He will only replace Picard as captain of the Enterprise. I don't know, I quite liked having multiple Rikers. The following buildings will now be planet unique. The following buildings will now be planet unique. The UFP's Chateau, Romulan's Amphitheater, Cardassian Surveilling Complex, and the Klingons' Pilgrimage Site. So you can no longer have multiple of those, I believe. I believe that's what that is. You can only have one of those now, I think. The controlled demilitarized zone node for the Federation can now be completed. Game restart is needed for this to be effective. I feel like I've heard this before. Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Fixed Idanian secretive trait. It now reduces the energy of upkeep to pops by 25% as it was intended. Romulan supernova effect will now be triggered when players evacuate all of their pops from Romulus before the sun turns to a supernova, as it was originally intended. I'm glad that this was originally intended because it was just a major problem for the Romulans to deal with. So we actually do get to evacuate the pops from Romulus. That's great. Another slight buff for the Romulans. Love it. Defensive packs, non-aggression packs, commercial packs, research pack agreements, and guarantee independence will not be blocked if one of the powers involved dominates the balance of power with a great advantage. This happened all of the time, it seems, especially in my own playthroughs where I would have to get in early with the minor powers or else you wouldn't be able to actually make agreements with them later on. Ships. Reworked ships behavior outside warp zone ranges. Fleets can now travel into any system within your warp range even after being left out of it by ending a war or terminating a share warp agreement. This is good. I had a lot of ships stuck in Cardassian space in one of my playthroughs, so I'm glad that from now on I'll be able to get them out of enemy space. When in combat, ships will now take into account their weapons range to engage valid targets while following their computers given behavior, ensuring they make good use of all of their weapons. I think this was a bug that was happening where if you had like a large phaser and a small phaser and they have different ranges, that the ship would go all the way back and only shoot the large phaser and wouldn't like come forward enough to also shoot the small phaser. So I'm glad that's fixed. That would make some pretty powerful fleets all of a sudden not very powerful if they weren't using all their weapons. Fix ship options. Ships obtained through assimilation now don't show the upgrade button. I mean, you could just give them the upgrade button. It'd be good. I'd like that. I'd like having to stop disbanding all of them. It'd be great if I could stop disbanding every single fleet I assimilate. That would be very good, but okay. Fixed fleet manager settings. The Enterprise will now be Fixed fleet manager settings. The Enterprise will now be protected from accidental dismantling. Feel bad for whoever that happened to. Klingon bird of prey can now be equipped with a cloaking device. That's good. It's very good. I don't know why that wasn't a thing, but now it's a thing, and that's very good. UI. You know what? I don't care. If you had UI problems, it's probably fixed now. Audio. If you had audio problems, it's probably fixed now. Language and spelling and localization. If you had those series of problems, they may have fixed it. Come check out the game once again. Let's read what the people are saying. Can you tell us something about translations? They have been broken since the game release. If you need translations, they're still broken. Sweet, can't wait until the game is properly playable. Does cloaking work properly now? Yeah, no, it gives your ship some evasion. Take it or leave it. These are some great changes. They're changes. Great patch. However, I must demand you reinstate the duplicate Riker and rename him to Thomas Riker. Yes, I agree with this dude. Give him another Riker. I would love a million Rikers. That is all for the patch notes today. Hope you enjoyed them. If you didn't, don't blame me. Have a good one. Hey there, if you liked the video, please hit subscribe. Bye.